Hello again. I'm finally back with the part I promised but took too long to share. I know, uploads delayed, filmmaking passion fading, that old habit, procrastination. But no more excuses. This story needs to be told, especially for those of you who waited. Last we left off, we'd arrived at Bangriposi, the land of hills. At first I thought, maybe these hills aren't much. But I was wrong. The landscape wasn't ready to reveal itself just yet. We charged up our gear, rested, and set out again. It was golden hour, the time when the sun becomes softer, kinder, and nature puts on her finest light show. But as always, adventure doesn't come without its hiccups. A sudden, explosion-like sound cut through the calm like dynamite. It wasn't dynamite. It was a truck accident, serious, maybe tragic. The road here tells these stories often, we realized. So we slowed down. Carefully, no rush. Unlike Gachula, these roads twist tighter, the turns sharper, the crowds thicker. Somewhere along the way, we stopped at a local temple, one of those countless shrines scattered across India. Not marked on maps, not famous, but deeply important to the people here. We prayed for safety, for silence, for a journey without more noise, a small offering, a quiet moment, and then forward again. Some roads are not meant to take you anywhere. They exist so you can slow down, so you can listen. In Bangriposi, the hills don't rise in aggression, they rise in patience. Layer upon layer, green after green. A kind of quiet rhythm, old as time. You drive through, like a white speck swallowed by green waves. One turn after another, and it's not the destination that changes. It's you. In these forests, where trucks roar like ancient beasts and sunsets paint the sky with muted fire, you feel it, the presence of something beyond language. The locals offer prayers to their gods, not for wealth, not for power, but for safe passage, for stillness, maybe for remembering what we once were, before we needed names for everything. This is not just a place on a map. It's a pause button for the soul. We were only there for a few moments. But in those moments, Bangriposi showed us enough to last a lifetime. What we saw, just a glimpse. Maybe 1% of what those hills truly hold. But isn't that how most beautiful things are? They never reveal everything at once. The sun was setting with that quiet bravado it always has, as if it knew exactly how to paint the sky for just that day, just for us. We thought of exploring more. Maybe reaching the dam we spotted far in the horizon. But time had other plans. We had to head back through those same sharp turns, roads that weren't just roads anymore, they felt like living things. Climbing uphill taught us something real. You don't play with nature, and you definitely don't underestimate it. It tested us. I was trying to track our car manually through the forest, drone signal dropping. And we couldn't just stop anywhere. It wasn't safe. Hills like these don't forgive mistakes. Even the monkeys here know how to steal if you're not careful. I remember what our captain said once. These hills can make you feel everything excitement and despair. He wasn't wrong. Honestly, I couldn't quite put it into words, what I was feeling there. Somewhere between quiet happiness and just standing still, soaking it all in. The last bit of sunset, the last few shots from the drone sending us views too big for our own eyes. And then, it was time to go. Back down, slow and careful. Back to the hotel, packed our things, slept early. Tomorrow, it was time to return to the place we call home. But there's still one more chapter left in this story. I'll see you then. And as always, thanks for being here.